All right, quick video for my buddy Major Upgrade. One of the guys I frequent several channels. I believe I've seen him on many live streams and talked to him before. He had some questions about this setup because he has a Fender GTX that he also has a Pod Go, and he was wondering about running them together and using pedals like I'm doing here. So I have created this little picture. I would encourage you to pause. Let me see if I can. Okay, hold on. We're gonna move me over here. Okay, so right there is kind of my path. So go ahead and pause the video and then, take a screenshot or whatever you need to do. But essentially, that's how I've got it all routed, and I'll kind of explain it more right here. Okay. So right now I am from my guitar plugged into the fuzz, to the overdrive preamp, to the overhive, to the guitar in of the Pod Go. You're seeing power cables here and a cable to connect to my computer. And then I'm lined out to my GTX 100 guitar input. And then it goes from the GTX XLR into my Evo. So simple. Tried 4-cable, tried effects loop, and wasn't happy with those results. So this is much better. Question is switching from the right now I'm using a Supro amp on the Pod Go, and on the Fender setting number 3 here, preset number 3 is actually just a tube preamp preset with 5 effects. So I've got noise gain, I have delay, I have tremolo, reverb, and then I believe that's a different reverb, but I'm not sure. Now if I want to switch and I want to do Pod Go, no amp on the Pod Go, and use the amp on the Fender, just go back to my presets, click there, and then before I play anything at all, I'll switch to my primary bypass preset on the Pod Go, and then I will have that's the Fender Princeton, so that's the Gary Clark Jr. one. It's called oh shoot, what's it called? I can't remember. I have it set to say 1965 Princeton Reverb, but there's a Gary Clark Jr. preset that he set up that's really awesome, and that's what that's based on. So you have some reverb. So on the Pod Go, you can do overdrive and you can do modulation. I even have a couple of reverbs set up on there. It's kind of an in-between. It's like probably not um, like, let's see, how do I explain it? It's probably not great for running like all your delays and reverbs solely through there, depending on what you have set up. But you definitely don't want like distortion and things like that on your GTX, which is fine because they don't really do it that well. There's a couple good distortion pedal models on there, but I prefer what Line 6 has to offer, or actual physical pedals. So with that in mind, you can run like your vibe. Suggest all pedals off, all physical pedals off, if you're going to run a fuzz on the Podgo. However, you could just avoid it altogether, and all that extra in the background, that is because you're running a distortion pedal on the Podgo. So really no distortion on the GTX whatsoever is kind of the ideal situation. I did do it with just the Podgo and just the GTX for a while, and that was cool, but really it's better if the distortion comes closer to the guitar in the signal chain, which is traditional and normal, but you have to treat the GTX like it's the last bank of pedals in the chain. So definitely get a huge array of pedals. You see I have 1, 2, 4, 5 pedals, but I really have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 with with the wah, counting the wah pedal that's included in the Podgo. So it's like 6 on the Podgo. Oh, sorry, it's 14. 6 on the Podgo, 5 on the GTX, and then 3 or however many you want to fit on your pedal board ahead of those things. So. Cool. Anyway, Major, hope that helps, man. And we'll talk to you soon. Later.